But now, after feeling the presence of the Lord, I totally feel people's pain and the darkness on the streets. And I really think that the reason I was saved so late in life was so that I could give my testimony for people that are out there right now, that are hurting in their houses and don't know the Lord. And that you can go to the Lord at any time. He's there, he's been waiting, he's waiting for us. And so I'm just glad I was ever got to know the Lord and was ever saved. It doesn't matter at the time. I'm glad it's now.
And you never were angry?
Not at the Lord. I used to at people. But now, it's so much easier to love people. Everybody.
So do you see what God is, did the Lord give you any hint on what He has for you and what He wants you to do at this present time? Did He ever give you a hint?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I put it on tape, then I got to do it. No, I'm joking. Some of the things I learned about spiritual warfare in Argentina, for one thing, is the healing of the land. And I think here in Hawaii, everywhere, where there's indigenous people that have been wronged, and there's a lot of anger and pain here. And I think I'd like to start seeing some prayer walking and evangelizing on the streets, or people that you come across, to start getting rid of the darkness on our streets. That's what I see. I live in Pukalani, which means the hole to heaven. Puka's hole, Lani's heaven, and I just see, starting off there and starting from my own property, and giving it over to the kingdom of the Lord, that we're right there in heaven, and it's just going to spread out. And churches, so many churches are moving here on Maui right now. There's something happening, and that we're just going to cover this island, and it's going to spread out. And someday people are going to come here because the Spirit of the Lord is here, not just for the beaches. And what I started, and I have this garden. A friend's putting a garden for me before I had my surgery. And actually, I haven't bought produce in about 6 months because I raised so much. But when I got back from Argentina, I started using that garden. I gave the garden to God. And God told me to start giving away the things to meet my neighbors, because you know how it is in this day and age, even though we have neighbors, we don't always get to know them. And so I started giving food away to my neighbors, not just the ones I knew, and I started praying for them. And then I was going, but it's still, even with all this excitement of getting to know the Lord, it's hard for me to step out of my shell and pray for a non-believer. Mm-hmm. But when you pray at home, and then for me, I've been praying for you, I want to pray with you. And so many of my neighbors say, I really need prayer. And so they say, you can pray for me anytime. And so now I can pray for my neighbors. And anytime I see them, well, let's pray. They're always up for it. And soon they'll get to know the Lord, I'm sure of it. The difference in my life from not walking with the Lord and walking with the Lord is, waking up with joy on your heart. The first thing in the morning, I wake up with God. And the difference between that and waking up with despair and hopelessness and darkness. Then I jump out of bed, put on worship music, and I run to read the Bible. And I love to pray for hours. That's my personal thing, but bigger than that is there's a positiveness to life. You see that everything is going to turn out good, that the Lord is going to provide that. And you see the good in everybody. Before I was, and I probably still am, but I'm working on it, a lot more judgmental. I'd see someone, because I used to be a drug addict and overcame it. Then if I saw someone on drugs, then they're just a drug addict. But now they're a child of God. They're my brother or sister. They are loved. They are loved. Jesus would go out and want to eat with them, you know, and I see that, I feel that love for them that I didn't feel before, and the not being judgmental, and knowing that we're going to be provided for, you know, and it may not always be like we think or like we think we want. It's going to be in different ways, but that God is guiding my life, and I don't see the big picture, but I know it's good. I know it's good. Yeah.
So with all the things that you've been through, you're more happier now than ever?
Yeah, even when my ex-husband and I were making good money and living in a good house, but still doing drugs and not being good parents, obviously. But like I say, I can remember even when we were making maybe $200,000 a year, which in the 80s was pretty good, that I can remember being there thinking, wow, there seems like there should be something more than earning money and paying taxes. But I didn't know what that was. And now I'm really poor, but I'm sure.
Rich in the Lord?
But rich in the Lord, yeah. I mean, you know, that it's good. It's so much better this way. It's so much better. The Lord is waiting for you. The Lord is right there. You don't have to go to Argentina. You don't have to even leave your house. The Lord wants you. The Lord loves you. And all you have to do is turn. Just look. Just ask. And He will be there all the time. All the time.
A glimpse of your goodness in the beauty of the wide open sea. I can see a ray of your mercy, liquid light cascading through the clouds to me. Everywhere I go, I'm followed by this rainbow. It's full of colors that brightly speak your love for me. And I can almost reach out and touch it. I can almost see your face, and I can almost see this world full of grace, like it was meant to be. Goodness and mercy and peace flowing through the land, from the heights of the mountains to the depths of the heart of the sea. Troubles like clouds blown away. If I could only capture this vision today and sing it like healing to every broken heart, I know that hope will find a way.